Revivify, I believe.
Yeah.
Alright, so
All
just
right.
waiting on Belzak to load up on his map, correct?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was too busy deliberating on it.
No, you're good. Like I said, I'm not too worried about my stream numbers or anything like that anymore since I hit affiliate, so it's just more or less this is now just to record for posterity.
You get paid now that you're an affiliate?
Like depends on subscriptions and ads and all the other fun stuff that goes along with it. So
So marginal and not good that it's not even noticeable. Most of it's just subs and everything.
Start making videos about Pokemon, you'll do really well.
right.
Actually, you don't.
That's
All right. So it sounds like we're about ready to get everyone wrapped up and um, getting everyone wrapped up for the combat marketplace and getting ready to head back east to Platea. And anything else anyone needs to take care of? I think we're at the point where we're ready to depart, right?
Just
can't
out
do
of
anything.
curiosity, is there anyone who sells scrolls in this town?
Yes, I think you actually bought scrolls here when you guys first arrived.
yes, you did.
Did I check last week after we got money to see if anyone had a scroll for Lehman's tiny hut? I can't remember, honestly.
No, you did not.
Could we make a tiny pit stop? Because that feels like it would be useful on our 2-week journey back.
I have that.
You have it, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then I can worry about other things that I want to spend money on in the other town. We can leave.
If you'd like to prioritize with it.
I just thought it would be useful, like, during journeys. But if you have it, that's good.
I should probably prepare. Not use all my spell slots on sending.
Well, you can cast it as a ritual so long as you have it prepared.
Sure. And it's also always prepared for. Remember?
Oh, well then you can just cast it as a ritual. That's fine then.
It's a Twilight thing.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else you guys need to do while you're in town?
I'm good.
Okay. And then are
I'm
you guys gonna take one more? Are you guys gonna be taking one more night to rest here and set off in the next dawn, or are you guys just gonna leave halfway through the day? Because it's only about midday right now.
Is it 2 days solid? Or no, it was longer than that.
It was a
5 days.
week. Yeah, it took you guys almost a week to get here, and that's because you guys got a high percentage of a carriage that took you guys took off a day.
Are there any horses that we can buy or borrow or steal?
Oh, yeah. If you guys want to rent, there's a stable here. You probably can even get a cart.
Yes.
Okay, that will decrease your travel time in half then. All right. So, how would you guys like to proceed? Are you guys willing to actually rent horses and a carriage, or are you going to attempt to steal?
Let's just rent it.
Okay. Alrighty. So,
It's not our strong point.
What was that?
I said I feel like stealing is not our strong point.
No.
oh, and we probably should figure out what are you gonna do about the Beanie Babies?
That's going to be discussed in the next town. I
Well,
already know what I'm doing with them.
well, we
Oh,
yeah, you
are they here? Then we have to do them. Like,
yeah, they're here in this town. Yeah, dude, man, suffering from the sleep deprivation because he has them with him.
oh, then I guess I should probably, for the time being, I will. We can do that after we finish up doing the carriage. Also, about the way out of town.
Let me see here. Okay, let me bring this guy back in because I doubt we'll use him again. So you guys approach the stables, and lo and behold, Xylophone turns around and tells you, "Hey, welcome to Lucky Larry's Rentals. It's you guys."
Hello again.
Hey.
He's like, "Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm here serving my time. This is my work release program. Please don't cause any trouble."
We've already got what we needed. You don't really have too much to worry about unless you make us have an issue. All we need
We
is...
could try and make you have you in the next wrestling thing, I suppose.
He's like, "No, no, no. I'm content with the job I have here. In fact, Larry himself would say that he would give me a job if I take a good enough job, and he'd hire me after I get done my work release. No troubles."
Well, then all we need is a cart and horses. Or whatever.
Yeah, he looks at you and is like, "Well, what are you guys looking to do? Are you ready to rent, own? Do you need a large one? Like, what do you guys think?"
Depends on prices. Always depends on money, but...
Well, he looks at you and he says, "Well, for a standard wagon, just to haul you back and forth, it'll run you guys about 40 gold pieces. And then
Bye.
to buy, rent, it'd only be 10. And you would have to make sure it gets into good conditions by the time you return it back to the location. Where are you guys heading anyway?"
Platea?
Oh, yeah. Then definitely, we will, if you head over there, we have a location. As long as you return it, and it's in good condition, we might even knock off 5 gold as a refund on the deposit. As far as horses, it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking to get there in speed? Or are you just trying to get there? Because that will also depend on what you look at getting.
So mechanically in Dungeons and Dragons, getting a cart with horses is the same speed as walking. Like, it doesn't actually make you faster, it just makes it easier for you to transport stuff.
I don't have to walk. So it's
So if we're actually just trying to move quickly, I would assume we would just be getting horses and going.
Well, I'll make an exception. Depending on what type of horses you guys are looking to do, it may increase your travel time, or it may just be the same time. So if you guys
The fast ones.
So if you get fast horses that are going to decrease your time by 30% of your travel time, that's going to be 100 per day. If you're just looking to get there without having to worry about walking the whole way, then it'd only be 20 a day.
I'm just willing to
It's
buy
hurry.
a horse at this point. It's got to be cheaper than that.
Out of character for a sec. I'm really confused because you just told us one price and then another, and now maybe I'm just not interpreting it correctly.
So if you want to get there at a quicker rate, it's going to cost more. So if you want to get there, if you want to cut off 3 days off your travel, then you're going to pay more because those horses are not only faster, but they're magically imbued to get you there quicker because they have better stamina and better carrying capacity. But if you just simply want to get there, the price decreases dramatically because you gain real no benefit.
But I thought we were discussing buying horses. So you're saying that's
Well,
even more than that?
No. So I'm saying if you're just going to buy a horse, we'll just go with the standard horse prices. But if you're trying to get there faster and decrease your time to get there, it'll cost more. So if you want to buy, then we'll go with the prices in the standard player's handbook. But if you want to get there at a faster rate and just rent, then we can go with a different price.
But like with a horse, you said it would take us half the time, right? Like I heard that at the beginning of full spiel.
Right. So if you go on so here's the thing. Let me go and backtrack a little bit. Since if you guys want to do with the D&D mechanics of using a horse, like Lord said, then I'll go ahead and adjust the price for the rent or buy. But if you guys want to get there faster, then we'll have to adjust the price for that. Or we can go with my in-house rules and say if you get a cart with horses, I'll give you a different rate altogether. So it kind of depends. Do you guys want to do the mechanical in-game stuff, or do you want to go with homebrew rules for traveling with a cart? Because it will impact the rest of the campaign at that point.
All right. Well, let me just math this real quick. So, what is if we rent the horses? What is the cost per day?
So if you rent horses at the normal fee, then for one horse it'd be 5 gold per day. So with 2 horses carrying, because usually you probably want 2 to carry you to get the advantage, it'll be 10 gold per day rent. But that's if we use the in-house
2
rules.
horses can carry 6 people.
Yeah, these are pretty beefy ones, man. And the carriage, you're getting a carriage.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
They're pulling the
So
wagon.
it is 10 gold a day with the carriage
And that's to rent.
Right.
to rent.
So we bought
And-
one. Wait, what about if we rented the cart then?
So if you rent the cart by itself, it's still just a standard 10 gold pieces if you're planning on returning. If you want to,
so those were cart prices, and then with the horses to pull it. Okay.
yeah.
So 10 gold a day, and how many days is it from here to the town that we're going to?
So back to Tutorial Town, it's basically going to take you 7 days on foot. If we decide to go with home rule rules, if you take a cart and horse, you guys can get there in 4 days.
It's our world, man. We just live in it. So it'll take us 4 days at 10 gold a pop, or 10 gold a day.
So yeah, 10 gold on the horses plus,
Yes.
and then the 20 on the wagon. But the wagon you don't have to. The wagon is a one-time fee, so you just get charged the 20 for the wagon as long as it ends up getting there in one piece in good condition. You get a 5 gold piece refund.
No, 20 gold for the wagon, 10 gold a day for the horses for 4 days. So we're looking at 60 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, a horse in the player's handbook is a riding horse is 75 gold. So, yeah, I'm all for that.
I figure you guys would.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry. So I say that we just rent the 2 horses and the carriage, and we go from there.
My brain hurts.
But
me.
20 gold up front for the wagon. Do you see this thing? I'm used to such more opulence for such a price.
He looks at you and he's like, "You're renting. You're not buying it."
Still, even so, for 20 gold seems like
Clearly, you have better rentals that you're holding back from Argus the Resplendent.
Yeah. He's like, "Well,
It's
it,
a
That's
chunk of
great.
mighty.
all right." He shows you just what would essentially just be the standard econ model, just your standard cover wagon. He's like, "Well, if you're looking for something more regal, we do have the." He kind of tells the handlers in the back to show out something for nobility. He's like, well, this is plush. It has velvet, it has cushioned seats, and it's lighter because it's made out of some enchanted wood, so the horses don't feel the drawback from it. But this one's gonna run you a solid 60 gold pieces.
60 gold pieces. This is what I would pay 20 for.
You take a look at this thing. I want to see what asks for high quality here. Or is
So-
intrigued.
Argus, you're complaining an awful lot for somebody that's not paying for a cart.
How would I not be right? I have no money. Very well.
I believe that would make sense then, because if he's down on his luck, then we wouldn't want to overpay for a cart.
That's fair.
Now I go look at the cart.
Okay, go and roll me an investigation.
Then, Belzak, I will let you negotiate the prices then.
No, negotiate away. I just was clarifying.
$13, it looks like.
Okay. with a 13, you're able to tell that the velvet is actually well maintained. There's not really anything in terms of spills or stains on it, and that it's really well cushioned, as if it's not a feather, but it seems like it's another fluffier material. And you can inspect the wood's craftsmanship, and you can tell that this wood is in well stained and kept in great condition. And then as far as, the wheels go, you can tell that they just replaced them. So it's a well-maintained vehicle, and that something like this probably would end up costing you around the area of 100 gold pieces.
I start walking back towards the party. I begin to open my mouth. Um, that seems like a good price. You can see there's a lot of strain on my golem face right now. I'm not very good at lying or trying to not lie, basically. You guys think I'm probably telling the truth immediately.
I mean,
Well,
never mind. You know what? Let's just take a cart, try and get there. I don't
It's
think we
already
need to do
taking
it.
longer than I.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Let's just get a cart and go. I don't even care at this point.
All right, so what are you guys saying? Are you just going with the good old econ wagon?
Econ wagon, 2 horses.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. So yeah, he's like, all right, and who's paying? So who's pitching in? Are you guys all pitching in the equal amount, or who's paying up front?
we can go equal just for the sake of making a decision, I suppose.
Yeah, let's just all split it for now.
Okay. And then, what are you going to do with the? What will you do with with the Beanie Babies? Are you going to try to acquire them now, or are you just going to just take the container that they're in and take them back?
Oh no, we're gonna let her take them.
Okay.
So however I need to go about for that.
All right,
I
Ebby.
can't remember. I thought I was supposed to turn it in, and she was supposed to pay for it, basically.
So Ebby kind of looks
said
at
it
you.
was 60 gold, right?
No, altogether, yes.
So it'd be 10 gold apiece.
So Ebby looks at you and he goes, "Okay, so just take this over to the bank and he'll verify your buyer, and essentially the financial group will take care of transferring the funds for you on your behalf, so you don't have to pay anything out of coin. You just have to just make sure that they just get there, because you're basically you're basically the person responsible for their safe passage at this point. So if anything happens, it comes out of your paycheck, so to speak. So you don't have to pay anything up front. The bank will take care of the financial transaction. You just have to make sure it gets there.
Okay, yeah, that's basically all I was gonna do.
Okay.
The statues?
Yes. The Beanie Babies, quote unquote.
Yeah. All right.
So we just basically expedite that process, is all.
Yeah, essentially, the financial institution knows more than well enough how to actually, they've got routing numbers and everything else, and magical communications one that makes it easier for them to make sure everything's in order. So. Alrighty, anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
The road jack.
Alrighty. Let us go back into the woods. Alright, so since you guys are heading back. Alright, you guys continue on your... You guys finally hit the road, and You guys spend the afternoon just getting along and just kind of enjoying the nice city of having a cart being pulled by horses take you on your way, and you just get to enjoy a nice relaxing summer afternoon where you guys don't really have to have any worries. It seems like within the time that you guys have been in town, you guys have all been able to enjoy the fact that the path has been clear, that the patrols have been resumed, and there's really hasn't been anything in the way of trouble along the way since you guys came back the other way. You guys gonna do anything as you guys travel for the afternoon? You just guys gonna take a seat back and wait?
I'm just chilling.
Mm-hmm. I'm relaxing, enjoying being in the wilderness.
I start writing in my journal, and I actually begin to ask questions to people. Um, like, I start asking everybody, like, are you seriously comfortable riding in this wagon? Like, I can't really tell. I'm I usually don't need creature comforts to ride. It's hard for me to understand, like, what is comfortable and what is luxury.
Comfort and luxury are what this cart is not.
What this is convenient in that we don't have to walk.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Well, I understand that. I'm just curious from a I'm just curious from a standpoint of living things that would enjoy creature comforts. What is that exactly, and what would that look like to you? I start taking notes.
I think it's different for everybody. To be honest, personally, I don't think the card applies for me, but I do like being outdoors rather than in the city all the time. Of course, I like civilization and I appreciate it, but not all the time.
I would agree with that. I'm far more comfortable out in the middle of nowhere.
So then, Lore, would you be just as comfortable remaining outside as you are inside then?
Lore, here. I've got an analogy for you. You know how when you enter into, like, a library or archive, an area with a lot of information, and you just, like, you're excited, you feel at home, that's your thing? It's kind of like that. But for everybody else.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to. Well, clearly there was an angle where they were making more money on something that was just slightly better. Because having examined the other cart, there were some nicer accoutrements to it. To me, accoutrements in this and accoutrements in that are basically equivalent. But having a archive with me all the time seems like a great idea too.
And think of it this way: it's
Right,
sort of like having, it's sort of like being told a bit of information, but not having sources to back it up, and then being told the same bit of information, but with exacting statistics. One, they're both providing information, but one is just a little bit better.
Who's riding the wagon, by the way? Who's piloting?
You mean who's driving? Since nobody else is, I'm probably in the front and I'm just shouting back.
I'm assuming Kestrel's driving because I assume that she's probably taking the reins. Just regardless.
I don't know how to react to that.
So I also am so I'm just kind of like laying back with my lute, like strumming softly, like as I'm like laying back with like my legs crossed. And then I'm just going to cast the cantrip Minor Illusion to make the area around me in like a 5-foot cube just look completely resplendent in silks and cushions of all they're all in various shades of green and silver, just like everywhere, just as lush and rich and opulent as I can make it look. And I'm gonna say like that, and then after a minute, it just goes away.
Yeah, I wildly do some sketching in my journal and rub my fingers on my chin. Oh, well, thanks for your input. Sorry to be a bother. I'm just fascinated by this concept.
No bother, I don't think.
It's definitely one of the less weird questions you've asked, so you're good, buddy.
I can just get this confounded washing machine to work.
All right. Anything else before you guys settle for camp for the night?
Yes, I'm going to approach Argus with a couple of quills and paper. And I want to hand one to him with a quill. So, you remember earlier how you were asking if we have your back and everything?
Is this one of mine? No, yes. Yes, I remember.
Well, sir, as a token of my... what's the word I'm looking? Respect towards what you said. Let's draw swords together.
This is a sexual thing. Because I'm not saying no.
I mean, perceive that how you will.
So, what would you like to do?
Draw swords together.
Like literally drawing on the paper.
Correct.
Okay, that seems kind of fun.
Oh boy. Anything else? Any other comments, inquiries, banter that you guys want to do on their afternoon out?
As the boys draw their swords, I'm just gonna like walk up front and sit next to Kestrel quietly and look at her very uncomfortably.
I draw the best sword I can. It is terrible.
I'm just ignoring them,
Is that the
like,
is that the whole thing?
intentionally.
Mine kind of looks like a carrot.
Actively ignoring them and just sharpening and polishing my
What?
swords.
No, that's the other end. You don't understand anything about art.
Geese.
Oh, I'm a goose. It's rude.
Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for the enlightenment, sir.
I appreciate what you said, and this was fun.
I was trying something. I figured it was worth it.
They wouldn't have done this in secret, would they? Would you? I suppose.
Oh no, I'm very blatantly doing this like in front of everybody.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can do anything in secret.
Can I insight check Belzec just to see what this was about? I'm thoroughly confused.
It's kind of awkward and weird.
It really rather is.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it seemed like I may have been missing some kind of. It was so strange that I thought it might be sinister.
I mean, you can insight check if you want.
Yeah, I have no problems with that.
22. Just to see, like, what the intention behind that was.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you definitely got me. I'm 17. My intention was that I have noticed weird quirks with him and just like being, I guess, random. So in a way, I wanted to try and like say, I'm behind you by basically making what I thought was a funny joke slash serious moment.
It's
That's
precious.
It
all
came
it
off
was.
to me more like someone trying to bond with a child that they don't know. So they're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's just draw this
Exactly.
order with crayons."
Exactly. It was basically along those lines. It was
That
just
is
trying to be.
super condescending, dude.
If I was smarter, I'd be offended, but
And
I'm not.
in all honesty, I don't know. Like, you guys aren't my normal crew of people. I'm usually very like vulgar and rah. And you guys are like laid back and chill and very loud characters in ways that I'm not used to. So I'm trying to adjust. That's all it is. There's no weird, sinister thing behind it.
Alright. Cool.
I'm still not convinced. I'm convinced that everything you do is weird and sinister.
Fair.
You have a lot of room to talk.
That's right, I do. I am choosing to take that literally.
all right. So as you
But
get, all right. Any other stuff as you guys make camp for the night? Any other things you would like to do as part of your daily rituals or challenges?
As people decide that they want to turn in, I will put down the tiny huts.
Tiny
I will
hut.
definitely try and get some of my practice in with my flying kicks.
Okay.
But in that time, I'm also gonna be, when like you have a guest and it's time for them to leave, and you want them to leave, but they're not. I'm going to stretch it out as much as I can. Until somebody's like, "Hey, I'd like to fucking go to sleep, please," because I just want to sit out under the stars. But I can't do that the same way if I have the hut up, because I have to be inside.
Okay. So for the flying kick, go ahead and roll me that athletics check.
Okay. That's not terrible. Maybe I'll get better rolls this week. That would be 23.
Damn. Yeah. You actually managed to just stay up in the air, and you actually don't immediately fall to the ground. You actually manage to stay up there for about a good 4 to 5 seconds before you shift your weight and get down on both feet with some grace. So you're now able to at least get the first part done, which is to just levitate, force your body just to levitate long enough to get ready to push that momentum forward.
So, are we not setting watches?
I can take the first watch.
Alright, I suppose I'll take second.
Yeah, we still need watches with the hut, right?
Well, our horses can't fit in here, and I don't want something making off with them.
Especially at that price. Anyway, I will go ahead and take third watch.
I'll take third watch as well since the sun's coming up.
Did
I'm
Lord
good.
did Lord want to go ahead and try to keep working on his washing machine?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do the Arcana, and what am I having you do? Investigation, right?
It was something he's not great at.
Yeah, Arcana's one of them, and I think I have him doing investigation. Nice.
I have a +7 in investigation. So
I feel like those are both things he's decent at.
Okay, so with the actual mechanisms actually coming apart, not coming apart, but coming along now, and you're able to actually get it to where So last time you were able to get the water to be sealed in, and now you're feeling like there's enough pressure inside to actually move the fluids inside to where it's actually removing dirt and grime off the actual utensils on the inside. The magic part's coming along a little bit. It's you wish that you could get a little bit more out of it, but with the combination of the water and the magic, you're almost at the point where it's in final development stages to where you might be able to present this to someone or to a company or something. You just need to put a little bit more effort, polish it up a little bit, and it should be almost good to go.
Nice. The master would be proud that I'm creating an invention to make himself, to live on in his legacy. Ha 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 ha.
Hmm.
No one heard me, did they?
Ominous.
And I'm going to spend time working on the plans that I was working on before, and totally not trying to draw better swords.
Alrighty. Alright, anything else before you guys retire for the evening and get on your watches?
Nothing from.
Alright, so who's going to be that person to nudge Lunam?
I feel like if I see people like falling asleep, I'll become aware.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, so yeah.
Kick like crazy, so.
Alright, so you guys get retire for the night and or shut down or meditate or fall asleep or whatever you need to. And Lunam, through your first part of the watch, there's actually no issues whatsoever. It's just quiet night. You're enjoying the stars. They seem a lot brighter now that you're away from, you're further a distance away from the city, and the moon's not too bad either. The fact that it's getting fuller and fuller means that that it's almost complete. Um, Let me go ahead and roll. So your watch goes without any issues. Oops. 1d4. All right. So the person who has the watch after you, however,
That would be nice.
well, this actually might benefit the group then. Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check.
23.
Perfect. All right. So as Lunam gets ready to doze off and he falls asleep, 2 hours later, Lunam, your dreams start to get again you can start feeling fire. You feel the intense heat from that night that you don't want to think about on a constant basis, and you hear the words of Infernal will keep, ringing out and getting louder and louder. Outside of the hut, if there was, did you have any lighting instruments or like a fire or a lantern outside, Kestrel?
I don't need it. I can see in the dark.
Okay. Did you guys have anything in the hut or anything like that?
I mean, I have no idea if other people needed it.
I didn't think to.
Okay. Would anyone else would have had need for a lantern in case they needed to get up in the middle of the night and move?
Lore will
Any
turn
of
on
them?
Lore will like have like a lamp
Okay.
during his but that's in the morning.
Okay. I just want to know if
So
anyone
kind of
had
keeps it low light, but that's
I just want to know if anyone had any type of instrument like that. So, okay, so this works then. So, Kestrel, you start getting a hymn of magic coming from inside the hut, and you see a wicked green flame coming out of there. It's not catching any fire, but you definitely can tell that there's something insane going on in there.
In the hut?
Yep.
I'm going to go and take a look.
Yeah. As soon as you enter the hut, you see that out of Lore's lamp, there's just a wicked green flame just dancing around, and you can kind of you can kind of make out a malicious face out there, and you see Lunam just kind of struggling a little bit as if he's having a really terrible nightmare.
I see that in the light, like in the fire itself.
Yeah, you see the fire. Yeah, as the fact that as you get into the hut, you actually see Lunam kind of wrestling around a little bit, like he's really having a really bad nightmare. But you also see kind of a malicious face in the green flame as well, kind of dancing around.
Um, hold on a second. All right. I suppose it seems to be lasting for a while, correct?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of just hanging in there for a good chunk of time.
I'm gonna start casting detect magic as a ritual. I don't have it prepared today, unfortunately, and see if I can get a closer look at it.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it's a little hazy because it's not a full on spell that you're recognizing immediately, but you can tell that it's radiating out of Lunam.
I'm gonna go and wake Lunam.
Okay.
I just sort of lightly grasp his shoulder and shake just gently. Lunam.
I'm kind of like startled awake, with a gasp from my dream, I guess.
Yep.
Is any of this like still happening?
Yeah, as soon as you snap to it, you can see the flame in the corner, and it kind of just grins at you before it starts winking out a little bit and slowly fades away, and the hut's dark again.
Is there a face on this?
Yes. Well, he said there was a
Uh,
malicious face in the green flame.
Yeah.
Is it a face that I recognize?
Go ahead and uh, just go ahead and roll me. Now, you know what? Never mind, because this is burning, right? Yeah, you can definitely tell that this was definitely one of the faces from the memory from a long time ago, the one that's etched in your mind, the one that you're searching for.
Okay.
Lunam, are you alright? Something was wrong with the fire over there, and it sort of seemed to be coming from you.
I I don't know. Nothing like that has ever happened. Um,
You've not had nightmares like that before.
I mean, I've had nightmares. I had I guess, a similar dream not too long ago, but I mean, nightmares happen. I didn't think anything of it. I've certainly never woken up to that.
Creepy green fire faces.
No, fortunately, until now. Can I cast Dispel Magic on the fire? Or I suppose I'd have to be aware of a magical effect in order to dispel it. Does it seem like there's anything still lingering?
No, actually. So as soon as the fire winks out, Kestrel no longer senses anything either. It just seems like as soon as you wake up, any sense of any type of demonic magic or infernal magic is just completely dissipates as soon as you awake.
Hmm. It's bizarre.
Just a bit.
Anyone in the group that would like to, you guys can go ahead and all roll me a perception check to see if you're awakened by the events.
I can't imagine that would have been quiet.
17.
Casting
Pretty
spells is not
quick.
typically a quiet
22.
thing.
Mhm.
23.
To cast remove curse on myself.
Okay. So yeah, anyone who rolled over at a 12 basically sees just the end of the thing going on where the green light dissipates and you guys are just sitting in darkness at this point, just listening to Kestrel and Lunam. Um, Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, Lunam.
11.
As far as you're aware, you don't detect any curses on you at this moment.
Hmm.
This is inside the tent.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone pretty much wakes up and sees that there was a bright green flame that slowly dissipated as soon as Kestrel bolts in and wakes up Lunam.
Was that the lady?
No, it was most definitely not.
Oh.
Who?
It is referring to our queen.
Hmm.
Can we
Be
do
the
this
problem.
magic thing a little bit quieter, please?
Try. I believe from what you told me about your queen, it's her magic is almost of the divine level, correct? If not already there. And if that's the case, and I understand correctly, I feel like her influence here may not be as powerful as other places.
She's not a divinity, if that's what you're suggesting. She's not a god,
Hmm.
but she is an extraordinarily ancient and powerful archfey. It's similar, I suppose, in a way, but definitely not the same thing.
Okay. I don't know what to do about that. Lennon will probably end up staying awake for the rest of the night. And likely take exhaustion. It's life.
Okay. Anyone else phased by the fact that there was, green fire in the inside the hut?
I can make green fire whenever I want.
I use green fire on a regular basis. It is a bit perturbing that this particular one had a face in it, but there it is.
Oh, I should. Sorry, I left my lantern on. Perhaps I'll. I've learned how to cast dark vision on myself, especially on these days where activities are mundane. Perhaps I shall do that for myself.
There's perhaps no more fire in the hut.
Surprised it was on. Force of habit, I suppose.
Yeah, I've seen some weird
Also,
stuff.
it's not really necessary in the hut, just because it the brightness in the huts is controllable by the person who casts the spell.
As I said, force of habit. My apologies.
Okay. Anything from?
Or he looks at his lantern.
Yeah, you tell by the way that your lantern looks. It's got a little bit of a singe to it at the end, which normally isn't a big thing, but you can definitely tell that it's got a little bit more of a scorch mark than you recognized it earlier in the day.
I immediately cast mending on it.
Yeah, back to normal with just the exception that the coloring is just slightly off, but you're just gonna leave it for now. Anything else from the midnight fires?
Tatanka's just kind of like accepting that there's going to be a lot of weird shit happening, and she's not going to
Oh, I suppose I had meant to bring this up. Um, when Belzac mentioned the statues, but then something that I felt was far more pressing came up with the um group that seemed to be hunting Fae, but that I was looking, I was preparing at least to um look into magic with curses and contacting other beings on other planes, and whether or not you all would be supportive in that, and I wouldn't want you to be affected by that unintentionally. And I made no such contact or any such experiments yet, but I suppose it's happening already?
Okay, so are
You,
you like while we're all awake talking about this now, or are you just like,
Yeah, I'll mention this before. So everybody's aware.
so your concern is contacting beings from another plane.
you know what? I feel like we can at least hold off until the morning for this. My ass is tired, and I'm just gonna roll over and like put a pillow over my head.
Just pointing out the fact that you're presently traveling with two people native to another plane. You know that, yes?
hmm It was more the act of summoning and contracting with them.
You telling me you're trying to talk to ghosts?
I mean,
I can speak to dead people.
technically speaking, August is contracted to a being native to another plane as well.
That's a good point.
I don't really see the issue with this. And I mean, unless you're sort of attempting to conjure some sort of dark demonic god and bring him into this world in order to completely demolish all civilization, I don't really see the issue.
I vote we don't do that.
You
Yeah,
saying
not
I
August?
don't know. In her defense, most civilizations sucks.
They
yeah.
Wait,
absolutely do, and many of them absolutely deserve complete destruction. But all I'm saying is that unless that's your final end game here, I don't see much of an issue with contacting beings from another plane or contracting with them or what have you. What have
Let's
you?
let's say your example on a scale is a 10. Let's tone that back down to like 6, maybe?
That's it. Just having a bit of a chat and maybe being like, "Hey, I'll do this thing for you, and you do this thing for me," and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't see why that's an issue at all.
okay. That's refreshing. I'm I'm not used to other places, and that was very much not something that was allowed where I'm from. And they just have books on doing that in the library, like very casually.
No, if you are considering this, I would strongly urge you to avoid any form of contracts with the Unseelie, the Fae of the Ultima Winter Courts. They're extraordinarily unreliable.
Agreed.
Also, then technically would make you our enemy, and we would have to kill you. Other than
Mm,
that, no problem at all.
And we probably don't want to kill you yet.
that's good to know. Honestly, I would have accepted any takers, so now at least I have something that's on the no list. So
I
now I
mean,
think
if all you're looking for is somebody from another plane that you want to have a chat with, I mean, again, you're having a chat with two people from another plane, and we know plenty of people over there as well.
it's rather that was just my idea and kind of a vague thing because I didn't want to say devils. Um, but I suppose that doesn't matter anymore. Um,
If it's devils in particular, I mean, they're sort of well, Not particularly trustworthy sorts either, but still better than those unseelie.
That was just the starting point that I had, more or less. I wanted to find some way to supersede a contract that somebody close to me had, and maybe take on the downsides for myself instead. We'll figure that out, I suppose.
Well, I mean, the wording of the contract is always important. There might be a sort of loophole that one might be able to take advantage of.
Laura's writing this down in his notebook as you guys are talking.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the fact that people seem rather unaffected by this. So that's good news. I guess everybody has stuff. We help with everyone's stuff. I might end up falling back asleep now that I've been reassured.
Yeah, you're able to get back in. You know you feel that whatever came over you in your dreams is no longer there anymore. The presence is gone, so you're able to get back into a nice comfortable position, and you manage to make it through. Kestrel, nothing else happens for the rest of your shift. And as for the third watch goes, it's a pretty quiet night. Cool, gentle wind passes through, and you can see the moon as it rotates out, and the stars start to dim as the dawn breaks. And it's morning.
Cool.
All right.
Shall we cut off?
So wait, we not done another like watch check, or that was it?
Yep, that was the only watch check.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you guys are good. All right.
Did anybody else have a strange dream last night about like a face that was in some red ice or something?
More or less.
It was weird.
Did you want to talk about that now? I'm sorry, I get cranky when I'm sleepy.
I'll pass.
He's cranky when he's awake.
Is there ever a time that you're not cranky?
Actually, I feel like you guys really haven't seen me like super cranky. You just like innately think I'm angry all the time. Is it because of the way I talk? Do I like smell angry? What's going on here?
Mostly
You
the
behave
fact that
angrily.
you're always acting angry.
Hey, you don't want me to answer the smell question.
Yeah, we were having a conversation, and you made a very big point of saying I'm not doing this pretty loud, pretty aggressively. So I think that's where we get the anger from.
Nobody else gets angry when they're woken up from their sleep randomly. Just me, really?
I find
Well,
fear to
Just go back to sleep.
Speaking
Somewhat
as somebody
irrelevant.
who doesn't sleep,
What were you
I
saying?
feel like
Noel?
at this point in time, you should know for a fact that other people do sleep, given your circumstance, and that there may be other things that happen when you wake them.
listen. I'm sorry. I left my lantern on inside the hut. I have apologized. It won't happen again.
and it was a, frankly, I mean, would in the future when some sort of arcane chicanery is happening in the middle of our camp, would you prefer me to just let you sleep through it? Are
I
you
wasn't
not at
against
all
you waking me
concerned?
up. I was against staying up to discuss it. There's a very different thing there.
Okay,
This sounds like backpedaling.
A bit.
it does sound very different from what was said originally, but it's not a big deal.
Okay, legitimately, I said can we talk about this in the morning? I'm going back to sleep. That was my exact words going into this. And so I'm trying not to meta and be like, okay, yeah, I know what all's going on, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like 2 minutes ago, you also said I get upset when I'm woken up.
How's that
It's
unrealistic?
never mind. Fully, it doesn't matter at all. Let's continue. Because obviously we're going in circles on something that doesn't.
Alrighty. So, for the most part, it's a pretty average day. You guys don't even see another passing wagon or caravan or traveler. This gets to be a mostly cloudy day, but it's still comfortable enough to where you guys don't have to worry about any severe heat or cold. And you guys managed to make it through another day uneventful. And you're like, it's so much nicer than, walking, especially since we're carving off a few days. And you guys break camp for the night again.
We're doing this again.
Yep, if you guys need to do your rolls, go and do your rolls.
Sorry, Tatonka and I were discussing something. What was going on? We missed that last part.
You guys are pretty much back at camp for the second night.
Oh, yes, rolls. Flying kicks. That one is one better than the last one, so 24?
Okay, so
Down, breakthrough.
alright, so which one was the Arcana roll, or was that just your investigation?
The first one was the Arcana, the second was the investigation.
Okay, so in terms of mechanical wise on that, you find out that the only thing that you're just trying to consider at this point is how would you like to actually charge this thing. Since you can charge it, you're not entirely sure what would. You're just basically at the point where you're trying to decide how would you like someone that's not an artificer to power this. So you can make that choice. As far as the magic part goes, it's doable. I mean, you're not getting you didn't make really or you didn't really gain or lose anything, but you can definitely tell that the magic component is the last piece that would just kind of make this thing fly off the shelves. But aside from that, you're practically done with the device.
Wait a second. I have to invent batteries.
That, or you can find other. You can look into other forms of power.
I'm basically like Thomas Edison at this point.
A giant dick who can run everybody out of business.
And also murders elephants.
Topical.
Interesting.
All right, Belzec, you're pretty much at the point where you've got this almost pat down. You feel like another day or two of practice, and you'll have it to where you can actually deal damage. You've got the form down. You're able to cruise across about 5 feet, and without immediately falling to the ground with some momentum. So now you just gotta take a couple good attempts to apply your actual strength to it, and then that way you can actually deal some damage.
Roger, roger.
Okay. All right. Anything else anyone needs to do as the day weighs on? Any other kind of checks or preparations or anything like that?
I actually have a random question.
Sure.
With like all of these things that we can like learn or teach ourselves or practice or what have you, out of curiosity, can we use like the same time to do something to try and raise like a stat by a point, or is that a no?
Are you talking about your ability?
Yeah, like if I just for the hell of it wanted to try and raise my intelligence by 1 point, or someone wanted to raise their strength by a point or something, can we be like lifting weights, or trying to memorize 50 digits of pi?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow that. Depending on where your mark is. So, for example, let's say you're at a strength of 9, you want to raise that to a 10. That's not exactly too hard to out of the question because you're going from below average to average. But if you're going from like an 18 to a 19, or a 19 to a 20, that's going to take some time because you're already at the high point of that.
Okay, so like a 17 to 18 would probably take like a month or two of studying or something, or
Yeah, dedicated studies for probably at least 3 hours of time.
okay. So I guess in that case, I might start working on my intelligence then, because I'm missing that 1 point
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
from 17 to 18. If that's okay.
Yep.
Laura's gonna suddenly start finding some of his like tomes of knowledge missing, and then magically returned, but with like a bookmark in a different place.
That will be annoying eventually.
Very probably. But if at all possible, I'm going to be doing this like stealth and sleight of hand. I'm going to be doing it when he's like powered down or not paying attention.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
Yeah, if you revealed the lore that you're trying to get smarter, you're probably in more that probably causes you more trouble.
I fully agree. I do not want to get dragged into like 6-hour long lectures about some sort of very specific like tedious detail about like how the joints in your dog robot work.
And lore is a trouble, the treasure troves of nonsense as well.
That pie thing, though, that's actually something I can do. Just saying.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, well, so you're gonna raise it from, you said, a 17 to an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and do because that gets you to a modifier of 4. We'll go and say I'll go and recant a little bit, and we'll just say 2 full months since it is gonna make you to the next modifier. So
Okay. No, I'm good with that. 2 months is good.
okay. Alrighty. Anyone else want to pursue that path or raise a skill stat or work on an ability? Or sorry, a feature or trait.
My plans are pretty obvious right now.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, if nothing else, you guys set up your watch, and it's a pretty quiet night. Nothing major importance happens. You know, you might be a little bit more of an alert from the previous night, but everyone's able to get a full night's rest without any interruption, and things proceed smoothly. And you begin on your way. Anything in the morning that anyone needs to do?
Nope.
Okay, so as you make it through halfway of the day, Tatanka, you hear a small chiming coming out of the pouch where you have the talisman.
I'm gonna take it out and look at it.
Yep, you can tell that the paper's kind of pulling in one direction, and it's a pretty strong tug. Like, you're kind of having to actually grip the paper pretty tightly as it's kind of just pointing you to one direction.
Guys, I think this might be trying to tell us something.
I walk up and just kind of poke it.
What's all this then? What's going on?
I feel like it's trying to tell us something. I don't know if it's the direction we're supposed to go, or I don't know.
Well, I'm not familiar with this kind of talisman. Did the person who give this to you tell you anything at all?
Wasn't this the thingy that you got from the dwarven lady?
Yes, it's telling you that there's either a weapon or a part of the anvil nearby, and
Nearby.
and the way that it's pulling towards, you can tell that it's in a very close vicinity to you.
Well, is it sort of putting you in a direction, or are there any changes on the talisman that sort of point to the direction?
So the talisman is basically gonna try to pull you off north off the main road into a wooded area.
Is it asking if you danced all night to the best song ever, or is it another direction?
Oh god, there it is.
It's a trap.
So I
I don't feel good about that.
I assume that we should be looking into this. Yes, let's have a bit
Yes.
of an investigation.
Yes, they sounded incredibly interesting. Did you not hear all those stories that we learned about? Lord, and start talking about the spear because it sounded really awesome to him.
Excellent. All right then. So, point us in the direction, and let's go have a little look.
Hold up.
What?
Don't have a good feeling about this. We should at least send some sort of scout ahead, kind of check things out before we get too far.
Right. So,
Yeah.
like I said,
I don't want to
point me
just
in the
like
direction.
pop up over a hill and there's an anvil in the middle of like a regiment of people, and we're just like,
Figured we would do it in a stealthy manner, obviously.
I'm sure someone here is an incredible scout.
Have you seen me? Like, stealth is not my strong suit.
Come on,
one
Ludum,
of
you can go fly over there, can't you?
Again, just point me in the direction.
Thank you.
I'll show her which way to go.
Okay, so we'll do this off map for a brief second, then I'll put you guys on the part of the map where we're gonna end up going. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, followed by a survival check.
Sorry,
Stealth
just
is-
Kestrel?
For
What was that?
for whoever's scouting, roll me a stealth first, and then a survival.
Yeah. Stealth is a 20, and survival is a 6.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going with her.
I'm assuming he's flying overhead.
Right. Mr. Flyy Pants has to fly. That's a 5.
Oh, that is a stealthy peacock. And your survival's gonna be like a 20 because we're gonna have like
Yeah.
opposites.
Survival is an 18.
See, I fucking called it.
You did call out.
I'm gonna go with him just to see if there's anything I recognize.
Okay.
So stealth would be 17, and survival would be 19.
Okay. So the people who survived the stealth roll, which is not Argus, you managed to get close enough to where you get to an area. Tatanka, with your survival check, you are able to find out that the part of the woods you're going into, you can tell that the tracks are that of giant spiders, similar to what you end up.
Damn it! Why is it always spider?
Because it fits with the story right now, okay? As you peer over, you see just a knoll sitting in the middle of a clearing, just kind of, sharpening his weapon.
Ominous.
What do you think, Kestrel? Should we approach it?
Well, out of curiosity, how much information would I have about gnolls?
Well, you can go ahead and roll me I guess a history check would be fine.
Well, that was a natural 1, so 4.
You just know that they're humanoid, and that's about all. You're not entirely sure what their deal is.
I have no idea what that is. But it sort of doesn't look friendly what with the whole sharp implement.
I'm gonna inform her that these tracks are spiders.
Well, we could go. Wait, so there are spiders all around?
As far as you can
Yeah.
tell, that
But-
there's tracks of several spiders, but you're not able to determine how many and in what locations from where you're at.
And there are none around this gnoll fellow?
Not around the knoll fellow, no.
Right, well, Whatever's going on, it seems like there's no spiders around him, so that's a plus. I'm assuming it's a him. It could be a her or an it. Perhaps it simply is no gender at all. A them. I've no idea what that thing is. And I'm a little bit distracted by the fact that I'm hearing a very loud peacock calling in the background on somebody's computer.
Of course, I kept trying to turn it up as she was listening to it because that's probably what she's hearing in her ear anyway.
That's what August sounds like all the time. So do we want to have a chat with him, or do we want to call the others over?
I think we should have a chat with him before we pull everybody out here.
Alright, I'm just gonna go approach him openly so that he doesn't get startled and try to stab me.
What you want me to do?
You know what? August, you should go in there first. People tend to respond to you for some reason.
For some reason, have you met me? Just watch. And I'm going to burst into.
I'm going to lead over toward Tatonka. Be prepared. People tend to stab him rather quickly.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna burst into the glade.
I'm gonna make some sort of gesture to try and get Lore and Belzak's attention just in case this goes south.
I mean, are we close enough to actually see these gestures?
I would imagine we're in the woods and you guys are on the road, so probably no.
Oh, probably not.
That's why I'm clarifying. Like,
Did you want me to send them a message?
Please do.
I send a message to Lunum. There's an old fellow. Oh wait, no, there's a fellow here that I don't know what he is. With a sword, but we're gonna go have a chat with him. So just a heads up. You can respond to this message.
I will. I'll come. We'll come, and I'll relay that to everybody. Or should we come? Or, never mind. I've already spoken too much. It cuts off right at or.
The 25 words are done.
Yeah.
Wonder what that or was intended to be.
Oh well, the two of you hear me say, or we can do a perimeter around you guys to see if anything's hiding. But she does not hear that.
Actually, message may not have a limit of 25 words. I'm just.
I imagine there's some kind of reasonable limit.
It just says point your finger toward a creature within 120 feet range, but it doesn't say. It just says a message.
Alright. Cool, well then you got it.
Someone needs to just start using message and just cast it and start reading Grapes of Wrath at someone. The entire book.
While they're trying to sleep.
I know what I'm doing to Belzak tonight. 3.14159. Okay, I'm not doing the whole thing.
Alrighty, so we all mosey on out over then.
As far as I'm understanding, I'm still a little bitter about the message comment, but.
What message comment? You heard nothing.
Oh no, this is out of game.
Oh, okay. I don't know about them, but Argus is already there.
Oh yeah, Argus is already shoving his foot in his mouth, most probably.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. I'll set you guys just off center. Alright, and enforce players on current view. Alright, so you guys should see this block here. Go and position yourselves as needed.
Don't want him getting too far ahead just in case, when the inevitable stabbing happens.
Yeah.
All right, everyone in position then. Oh, I think I need to get Ludum his. Let's get Ludum's weapon in case we actually do full-on combat. Gotcha.
So, sorry, quick question. Um, I'm moving my character based on the fact that we were called in after the fact and they moved up. So, are we all moving in together, or is this like two separate groups, kind of like conjoining on the same area?
We were already like headed in when the message was sent, so you guys would be behind, I imagine.
Argus was already in it.
Yeah,
Argus was already there, and then Tatanka and I were approaching.
If the message was not a message, but it was a telephone call, you would have heard me like squawking at him.
All
If
right.
you want to know what that sounds like, just hit the link in Discord.
Oh, jeez. Alrighty, so as Argus descends, the Knoll just, you know, what do you even have? Okay. Yeah, the Knoll's just sitting there grinding his spear, and he looks up and he snarls, and he's like, yes, finally
Well,
one.
Hello, my good chap. My name is August, and it's a pleasure to meet you. We were wandering along the road, and we came across you here, and I thought I would just stop and introduce myself. I'm a traveling musician of sorts and an entertainer, and I thought that I could at least try to, at least make some friends. So, I don't know if you've heard of me, but I'm really quite famous, and you look like the sort of person that could possibly use a little bit of companionship. And I'm going to try and use my I should know what this is called. I should be more prepared.
I know what you mean. I can't think of it.
Suggestion?
Enthralling performance.
Oh,
I wasn't even close.
same.
I know what it was. I couldn't think of the name.
Just to try and make him love me.
All right, what's my DC I gotta save on?
Was shooting for a 15.
Wisdom 15k. Just get there. 16.
Well, damn.
He's like, sold for the stone. Alright, let's go ahead and roll up initiative.
Huh? Okay.
Wow.
See that
So he
coming,
didn't
really?
want to talk at all.
I didn't think it was gonna be like immediately. Especially since that, if I recall correctly, doesn't like give any hint that they tried to charm.
No, but he's basically, he's out for blood, so.
Where's
I want to talk.
do you have the world anvil for all that stuff?
For the spear and stuff,
Yeah.
I have the entries in. I'm writing the backstories. I gotta make sure that I listen to what I said to make sure I've got the story straight, since two of them are pretty damn similar, so.
Okay.
But yeah, the world anvil has the weapon lists there.
But they don't have the stories behind them.
Not yet. I'll be listening to that tomorrow, and I'll be typing that up. So I'm hoping by Friday at the latest, I'll have all of them all written out. So, okay. So yeah, initiative.
Boom.
Good old dice bots.
Sorry.
15.
14.
16.
14.
Wow.
Ooh.
Argus was a 15 and
16.
16. Yeah,
six,
for Argus.
16 for Argus. And then what was Lunam's?
12.
12. Okay.
And that is all high except for poor Lore. Not high, but reasonably so.
All right, and I need to modify this a little bit. How? Well, that's weird. Why didn't it pull your guys' max HP? That's alright. I'll just... Good old D&D Beyond. Good old beta testers.
I think I've mentioned this before, but every time we wake up and then like throughout the day, I cast mage armor as necessary. So I'm just throwing this out there. How far into the day are we? So I know how many spell slots I've used.
Oh, it's just by around midday.
Okay, so I've just used the one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So.
like I had to like finagle a thing for like the first level spell slot that we got for free. So I just stopped like recharging that and just assumed that that's always going to mage armor first.
Weird, I don't know. Okay, I'll have to
That's
work
fair.
on that too. Friday's gonna be my test day where I test a lot of widgets and stuff out. Okay. That looks good. Alright, so I think I've got everything down now. Right? Okay. It is time for my magic trick. Alright, and what's the distance here from? Okay, so let's see. Alright, and let's see.
And his spider buddies are attacking us.
Yeah.
Sorry, they super blend into the background. I hope you don't mind.
No, I didn't know if the black was better on this map or that's what I hate about these kind of grays. They kind of just kind of blend in. So yeah, if you need to change them to make them easier to see, go ahead. All right. I know Tatanka's a fan of this.
Spiders. Why did it have to be spiders?
25 web.
What is that from? Is that...
It's a play on the snakes has to be snakes from Indiana Jones.
Yes.
When she said that, I literally thought of Hermione in that scene
Yes.
in Sorcerer's Stone, but
Yes.
she doesn't say that, so that's just what came to mind.
I thought of Ron in that scene when they steal the car and there's spiders everywhere.
Yes.
All right.
So he needs to get these motherfucking spiders off this motherfucking plane. So now I'm just sticking with the snakes, but replacing it with spider. I'm sorry.
I like it.
All right, Tatanka is now restrained in a web. And that is his turn. Next is the Knoll. All right, Mr. Krez is going to go ahead and Argus is on the ground, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so move up and oh, get 2 attacks. Oof, okay.
You can do whatever you want. You're the game master.
This is true, but I should not abuse my powers. So first attack on Argus, that's gonna miss. I think Argus can do better. And
My armor class is it's not that bad.
yeah. And second attack, 16 get you?
Oh, it does.
All right, so 1d8 plus 2. Oh, not 82. Good lord.
That's a 1d82.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy crap.
He still wouldn't have killed me with a d82, huh?
That
Yeah.
would have literally killed me because that was exactly my hit points.
Damn.
I kind of want to see what that looks like now.
So
Reaction, Hellish Rebuke.
okay. And give me 1 sec here. So
Would you mind me asking what Argus's Hellish looks like?
I'm sure he has a
What's that
description
stop?
prepared.
Oh man, incendiary peacock feathers, please.
all right. So how much damage does Hellish Rebuke do again?
It is. It makes a Dexterity saving throw, and it's 2d10 fire damage.
Ooh. So success is half, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So 16.
That's my DC's 15. So and that's I rolled a 9, so that would be 4 damage to him then.
Okay.
So as he hits, what did he hit me with? A spear?
Yeah. So
Once he hits me with the spear, you see like my eyes just glow silver and green flames just like erupt around my body and lash out at him with like
Oh,
tinges
yeah.
of silver with them too.
That's what I see.
yeah. Okay.
Kind of like a green phoenix.
Green bird power. All right. That was his turn because his multi attack was only 2. Argus, you're to go.
I was gonna do something, but I think I'm gonna do instead. I am going to use my bonus action to use my Mantle of Inspiration. A bonus action, I can use my Bardic Inspiration to grant 5 temporary hit points to up to 4 creatures I can see within 60 feet.
That's weird.
And I don't know if this is going to affect Tatanka because she's restrained. And everybody else is 60 feet or more away from me, so I'm just going to put it on myself, Tatanka, and Kestra. You gain 5 temporary hit points, and you can immediately use their reaction to move up to their speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
That is my movement.
Okay.
And is Tatanka able to move?
She's restrained, so
I'm stuck.
So no.
I was gonna say, does it work like freedom of movement, or
No, it's just you get to move, so if she's restrained, then she wouldn't. Okay, so get your 5 temporary hit points. That is my bonus action, and I am pissed off that I went and tried to be a good person, and he wouldn't fucking accept it. And I am going to pull my loot out, and then fine, you want to be like that? And I am going to Eldritch Blast him in the face.
okay.
My first Eldritch Blast that's good. Natural 18 and 25.
Yeah.
Second bolt, and when I strum my cord, silver and a green bolt go shooting at him. Ooh, that's a 17. That's a 24.
Yeah.
So they both hit. They each deal 1d10 plus 4, and that is going to be 8, 11 plus 8, 19 points of damage.
Damn.
Yeah, I went from if all of my Eldritch Blasts hit, I went from last level I could hit for a maximum of 10, and now I can hit for a minimum of 10.
That's what we like to say.
Yeah, so that is, what did I say, 19 points of damage? Yeah, 19 for both bolts. And that's my turn.
Okay, Tatanka.
Oh shit. Actually, no, I lied. That was my bonus, my reaction as well, and my movement. My action. I still have my full movement. I'm going to take off like 15 feet in the air.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Alrighty, so then to Tatanka.
He's more than 5 feet away from me, right?
Yeah, it's poor spider is.
So I can do really nothing.
You can try to break out.
Oh, okay. I do that.
Okay, so you just need to roll me a strength check.
$18.
Yeah, you've dealt enough to where you know how to focus your strength out. So you bust out, and now you're back on. You're back up and going.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move. Right there.
Okay.
And that's all.
Find that flank bonus. All right, Belzak.
Alrighty, so currently we only see these two opponents right now,
Yep.
the pet spider and okay. Um, would you consider that 10 or 15 feet away if I were right there?
Uh,
I can't tell that if that would be.
so where were you
It
gonna?
looks like it's 15. Okay, so I have. Oh wait, I only have 30 feet, so it'd be something like that. Never mind. Um, sorry,
You're good.
changing plans. I thought I had 35 feet for some reason. Um, since I'm not too happy with this spider currently, I'm going to wing a firebolt edit for now,
Okay.
and that is going to be 16 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. Dice. I always hate rolling d10s. I don't know why. And that is actually not bad. 14 points of damage.
Jeez. All right.
Um,
I'm back. Sorry.
You're good.
I think for now, though, other than that, that is going to be everything.
All right. On to Kestrel.
All right. The thing was, is if it's being flanked, we get advantage. Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to, with my bonus action, activate blade singing. And where is that? There we go. And I'm going to pull out my two short swords, and I'm going to, with, well, yeah, why not? I'm just gonna pull out my rapier. Fuck it. And I'm going to stab at him using green flame blade in my rapier.
Okay.
15.
Yep, that'll get him.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was fortunate. Uh, oh, and that's right. We get I have the fire damage thing, don't I?
Yes.
14 damage. Of that, it was. Hang on, let me think. Of that, 13 of that was fire damage. I
Nice.
dealt one for my rapier, and then every. Or no, I'm sorry. One for my rapier plus 4, so 5. So 9 of that was fire damage. I can math. I swear.
Must be one of the intelligent ones.
Yeah, yeah, you connect, and he's leaning on his spear heavily, and you're. I would say he'd be bleeding, but you kind of cauterize the wound as you dug into him, so just the smell of burnt flesh as he's just wheezing. Nothing else then, Lunim.
I love the smell of burnt fur in the morning.
Please don't burn mine. I likely didn't hear that though. That is quite a distance. I only see the one spider, correct?
Yep. If you'd like, you can go ahead and roll me a survival check.
I would like, in fact. Yeet. Fuck. 9. Natural 1.
Ooh. Yeah, you're just more concerned about the one that you're what you usually would pick up. You're just not able to pick up because you're in the middle of combat. You're just kind of taken by surprise that things escalated real quick.
Okay. Cool. I will Guiding Bolt Krez ground here. Next attack roll on it has advantage if I hit.
Oh, okay.
20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10 damage. That's a real bad guiding bolt.
Uh, yeah, get him pretty much square in. Oh, actually, that's enough to kill him. So you tell me how this is going down.
Really just efficiency. Linum's not really feeling flare at this moment. Um, bright light's going to, well, what time of day is it?
Midday.
Okay, like, a little bit of darkness is going to shoot out of my hand at Kraz. And just smack him. It flashes a little bit at the end when it hits him.
Yep. And with that, his body drops lifelessly to the ground.
Cool.
That's not where guiding bolt goes.
Alrighty. Anything else for Linum?
No. I'll move forward, actually. Take out my shield. How many feet of movement do I have? 30. Move forward, take out my shield. To protect, but there's no one to protect, so I'm just sad. My turn.
Okay. Alrighty. +5. Oh. Well, I wish that was an attack, but it really wasn't. Alright. And so while everyone's paying attention to what was going on over there, this spider pops out from right below Argus and webs him real good.
No good.
Yeah, damn it, I haven't read the new fall rules actually in a while, so. Creature takes 1d6 bludgeon damage for every 10 feet it falls. Ah. Okay.
I think the new rules are just for if it falls onto something that's like within a certain size range, I can't remember, the damage is split between the two creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just take, what, 1d6 damage?
Yeah, so just 1 point.
Alright.
Yep, you just take a little bit of a ding because you just couldn't. Normally you'd be able to flop perfectly well since you have fell from that type of thing, but fortunately just kind of took a shock to it. You're just like, oh, well, hello. All right, that was that. Lore.
All right. This rock right here, is it like just difficult terrain to move up?
No, it's just you can think of it as just a rock that's maybe itching out like maybe 4 or 5 inches at best, so you can easily just scale it. It's not considered difficult.
So the knoll is already dead.
Yeah.
Impressive. Just checking range. Yeah, I see that spider over yonder there, and I will throw my 2 spears at it, or my 2 spear throws of returning spear magic. Gosh, what do I roll these days? Level 5, I'm basically a minor god right now. 8.
Yep, that'll barely hit.
Okay, so 14 and 24.
They all look so young in that picture, jeez.
So those both hit.
Yep.
Nice.
Damn.
Just 1 damage. I survey the battlefield from atop this crag.
All right. Tell me how you kill this thing. How's it go down?
Yeah, I throw my spear and I heave it through one of its legs, and it kind of probably looks up at me helplessly like a basic creature would. And then, of course, I heartlessly summon my spear back, and as it summons back, it flies through its torso, and that's basically kills it right there because I did max damage. It's incredible. Useful. I turn over to Useful and I say, assist the resplendent one. And Useful rocks over to you and just starts licking your. He doesn't really. He's a robot, so he just starts kind of nudging at your bindings. He obviously.
Thank you, ow. Thank you, ow.
Right, that's me.
Alrighty. All right. Oh, you know what? I will. All right. That spider jumps out from behind the tree to attack Kestrel.
Oh god, there's another one.
Oh, well. Kind of you kind of hear it swinging through the branches as it's kind of getting through to you, and you're able to catch it quick enough before it lands a good bite on you. All right, and magic ruler. Okay. Pointer tool, please, and let's see if we can bind Kestrel here. 17 gonna get you?
What was that now?
17?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
That does not hit.
Okay, so yeah, that's, tries to web you up and misses you as well. So both spiders are out, and that is end of round 1. Back to the top. That's guy's dead. That's got Argus.
Okay, so I'm restrained, yes?
Yeah, so if you want, you can go ahead and roll a strength check and see if you can bust out.
That sounds like a soft no. But I'm just restrained. I can still, do stuff but not move, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you're just webbed. It says target is just restrained by webbing.
So, under my restrained condition, speed is 0, attack rolls against me have advantage, and my attack rolls have disadvantage. So, what to do? I am going to... Since I'm having a hard time, getting my hands, out to a place where I can, aim my blast at the thing. I'm going to cast a second level Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
So that's the thing. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to yell at Kestrel. You know, if you wanted to help me, I think that would be amazing and wonderful, just like you always are. And give her my inspiration. And that's all I can do. Or all I've done, I should say.
Okay. Tatanka.
I am gonna come over here and attack that spider.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Yep.
16 damage.
Ow. That's this guy. Here we go. Okay.
And then since I attacked, I'm gonna do it again. And that's 8 damage.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Do I have to roll to hit again?
Are you doing another attack?
Just that extra 8 damage. I'm gonna swing again.
So.
She has to roll for another hit. It's the double hit.
Oh.
Barbarians.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, she has an extra attack. So she has to attack twice.
So 14 to hit with 8 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me how you killed the spore spider.
I'm gonna chop its head off. And by that I mean, like, just hit somewhere in the middle of its body.
Excellent. Bisecting a spider.
And that's all.
Okay. All right. We got Belzak.
Okay, so first things first. Sorry, I was letting the dogs out. Did anybody do a survival check to see there's another spider on the map? Is that how that found, or was like surprise attack?
It jumped out and attacked me.
Well, I saw that one. I'm talking about the one that's like northeast of Tatanka and Kestrel.
Yeah, that one. No one did a startle check to check the one that was hanging out on the further edge of the map, but that's it. I'll let you guys know this is all.
Oh,
I
okay.
assumed
So
we
that's
weren't
it.
supposed to know about it. That's why I didn't remark it.
So is this really quick? Is this rock considered like rough terrain?
No.
Like right? Okay. And is Argus still restrained?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try and break him out.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, I like my rolls tonight. That's a flat strength check, right?
Restrained target can make a check. Attack or destroy just requires an attack roll.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming that's gonna hit, but trying to use my polearm, that would be a 25.
Oh yeah.
Aim higher. Aim a little higher.
All right. And then damage on that is... What am I missing here? So I was trying to figure out why I couldn't find my damage thing, but I know what happened. Okay, that looks better. Weird dice again. So that would be 11 damage.
Yeah, you manage to kind of just pull. You find a way just to kind of pull it, and then you just rip it out from to where he's free again.
Well, that I believe. Yeah, that's all I've got for now.
Alrighty,
Because that was an action I had to use for that. So yeah, I'm spent.
Kestrel.
All right. Well, I see the person I'm supposed to be protecting getting attacked, and I'm going to run over there as quickly as I can. Stand between him and the spider, and stab it using green flame blade. That is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to use my Die of Inspiration, since I am casting a spell, technically, to apply the d6 to damage.
Magical inspiration, motherfuckers.
That's what it's called.
It's a Tasha's cauldron thing.
"13 points of damage."
Alrighty.
And that is that.
Lunim.
Sorry, me?
Yep.
I was gonna run up and smack the spider.
Okay.
I'll go around to the other side of it, so I have advantage, I hope.
Yes.
And we hit the spider with a hammer. Like my god taught me to.
And the spider is knocked out.
15 to hit.
He'll hit.
5 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me. This doesn't seem like I need to use a whole lot here.
Okay. Well, that spider's just gonna try to take a bite out of Kestrel, so let's see if it does. 22?
That actually does hit.
Okay.
But I cast shield.
Yay, there it is.
Got him.
Alright, so that ups your AC over that then?
Yeah, that brings me to 25.
Nice. Okay, yeah, then does not hit then. And then we go to lore.
We have one spider or two spiders right now.
Two. Just two left.
2. There's one north of Tatanka.
Lore will move up, and as he ominously steps through the battlefield, looking at his enemies, he points his hand at the spider, and under his breath says, "Well, I hope everybody's all right with me casting this right now." And I launch a firebolt at that thing.
So where are you fireballing exactly?
Fire bolting.
Okay.
It's because we used to yell at him for firebolting, like just charging forward and firebolting things.
So sadness occurs.
Yes.
Dog moves over to Kestrel over here, and we're gonna attack the spider. For some number. Talking. Where are you?
All right. And useful attacking, you said?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't remember my stupid.
Oh no, no worries. I just want to make sure.
Modifier. +5. Nailed it.
Holy crap! Nat 20.
What's that? Is that a PB? Damn it. Player bonus? I can't remember what PB means. I know it doesn't do a ton of damage.
Proficiency bonus.
Oh, sick.
Personal best.
Uh, 14.
All right. Tell me how useful destroys this poor spider.
Oh, the like useful just runs around the whole party. Just kind of be like, and like that was after he just kind of nudges Argus, and then he just kind of runs around in a circle around the group there, and then like he just kind of stupidly hops and goes through the air and just tackles the spider, and he's kind of heavy because he's made of he's a construct, so the spider just splats and goos everywhere.
Yes, yes, you're a good boy. Good doggo.
All right. Anything else from lore?
It seems about as efficient as I can be.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's try to see if we can take a bite out of Tatanka.
It took everything out of me to not just shout crime.
18 hit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. 1d8 plus 3. 10 points of damage. And then you need to make me a con saving throw, but you get advantage because, you're resistant to poisons.
$20.
Yep, you're good. So we have the prisoners. Okay. So you only have to take. It says here on a successful con saving throw. Okay, so just 4 points of poison damage. Alright, and that was that spider's turn. Back to the top. Got Argus.
One spider, eh?
Yup.
Enough of these motherfucking spiders in this motherfucking field. Alright, I'm going to... Let's see, how far away am I? 40 feet. I'm just going to fly like 10 feet up because that way I can get line of sight over everybody's head. Now I'm just pissed off. The silver glowing in my eyes again. I'm going to pull out my loot, and with my bonus action, I'm going to cast hex on that spider.
Oh no.
And then, that's using my pact magic. And then I am going to fire my 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. That is a natural 19. That's a 26. Second one is an 11 plus 7, 18.
Both are good.
Some shit damage, though. 9, 10, 18 points of damage.
I'm sorry, you said 18?
18.
Okay. Ouch. Alright, anything else?
See, just for giggles, re-rolling damage would have been... I'm sorry, no, keep going. I'm just math exercising because, that damage is super low.
Fair enough. Alright, Tatanka.
Okay. I'm gonna spin around and try and hit that spider. Oh, let's see. $25 to hit.
Oh yeah. Poor spider's dead.
$16 damage.
Tell me how you killed this poor spider.
I'm gonna tease it a little bit and then just
Oh,
whack
no.
it. Wow, sorry, that sounded a lot dirtier than I intended it.
I was not going to say anything, but I was totally going to say something.
You know what? To each their own. Just keep that away from me, because me and bugs are not friends.
Yeah, that was unintentional. But that's what I'm gonna do.
Alrighty. Yeah. And with that, the encounter is over. Alrighty. Alright, counter is over, and we're out of combat. Tatanka, you, as close as you are to Krez, your talisman is, you can feel it kind of just vibing really harshly on him.
Is it
Vibing
teasing him?
harshly on him.
Yes, it's vibing.
Wow, guys. I am gonna go over and see if there's anything on him and kind of loot him.
Is it the sword? I sort of kick that over toward Tatanka.
Wasn't he using a spear?
Oh, spear. Sorry. I can totally tell the two apart. Spear.
Yeah, one is long and pokey, the other is it's long.
Is it the sword or is it the spear?
Actually, you detect no magic coming out of his weapons.
Are we just not doing freezing anymore either?
Hey, Kestrel, or anyone that can.
Is his
detect
penis magic?
Can you detect that?
Phrasing! God!
I'm sorry, you're right. Is his penis enchanted?
No.
Maybe he's barely aware.
I actually need to pull up the stream. I want to see his face after this.
He has no camera, remember?
Yeah.
I took off the camera tonight because, yeah. So you do an Arcana check on him. I take it. Is that what you're trying to do?
I'll do an Arcana check and go through his pockets.
What's happened here?
She's playing pocket pool, guys. Calm down.
Will help.
What are you talking about? What's happened?
So, yeah, I guess we just aren't doing phrasing anymore.
That derailed quickly.
Oh man. At the same time, still fun.
Tatanka, did you say your talisman is still? Did you say your talisman is still giving us a signal?
Yeah, Kestrel's gonna figure out if she can find out where it's coming from.
Oh, it's still vibing. Don't worry, guys.
Your talisman is vibrating while we're near the fellow.
Hard.
Phrasing.
So yeah, I am checking out this guy, and you want an Arcana check.
Someone's mic is not having a great time tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to debate if that's somebody's mic or my speakers, or I'm guessing it's somebody's mic. So
Yeah, it's not
others
just
can
you.
hear it.
It might be yours. Someone.
That's probably mine. I'm
No, it's
using my
Sal's.
Switch. Yeah, I'm using the Switch on my headset, so it's probably giving me off that that poof sound. So I'll just use the Discord one instead, since that one seems to be a little more silent.
18 for an Arcana check.
Yeah, as you're kind of just sensing, as you're kind of sensing what on him might be doing that, you hover over one of his belt pouches, and all of a sudden you get kind of like you kind of get a sick sensation going through you as you kind of just check, as your hand just hovers over it, as like you're not gonna barf, but man, you're like, if you ever had a really bad stomach ache, you're getting that kind of feel from it.
Tatonka, you may want to check his sack. There's something about it that's just sort of making me a bit nauseated, and
Phrasing. God.
I think I understand what this phrasing thing is that you guys have been saying.
I'm sorry, I'm totally doing it on purpose now. I can't help it.
Oh, that's clever.
It totally sounded like Sal was right there with you. So
Right. So,
Oh man.
but
Really, to be fair, Kestrel, it's really not big enough to be a sack. It's more just like a pouch.
right. But anyway, there's something wrong in here, and it's sort of nauseating.
I can take a look at it. I usually don't get sick from things. If you'd like to cut Tatanka.
Be my guest. I don't necessarily want to touch it.
I take a large step to the side. How about it?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. My wisdom's not high enough to be super cautious. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and grab it.
All right, one sec here.
The pouch on the belt, that is, people watching at home.
No, we all naturally assumed that you were grabbing his penis. And now I'm done with that for the night.
Oh boy.
Possibly.
Oh jeez. Yeah. So Laura, you're taking 6 points of infernal damage just by touching it.
Infernal.
Yep.
What is infernal damage?
Or sorry, is it negative in this edition?
Necrotic?
Necrotic. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I was like, oh shit, this is a whole new type of damage.
Yeah, I think I'm resistant to infernal damage.
New level now.
What if I can ask where the library is in Infernal?
Well, this does not. That hurt. Do you like my fingers burn or something? Or no, it's necrotic, so it's like eating away at my.
You're rusting.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be touching this with open hands. As soon as you touch it, your hands start to decay a little bit, and you're like, nope, not doing that again.
Right. Well,
I
whatever
think
is
this
in that.
would be a really good time to bust out those wraps.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm still trying to get over that what was just said, but
Oh, that's right.
we have the cloth to cover this stuff up with.
Yes.
All right,
can't
so I just pull out one of my short swords and I just like slice off the strings of the pouch on the belt, like attaching it. Have at it. Wrap it up in your protective cloth.
Oh my god.
I guess that lesson has been learned. Though to be fair, it didn't sound as horribly bad as I thought it might.
I thought about better phrasings, but I thought I'd take
Just
a
keep
take
the
a
theme
small step
going
back.
for the night. It's fine.
I mean, I find it's good suggestion. Always use protection.
So we're also just not doing subtlety anymore.
I think if you just say penis, it's funny.
You are a strange lot.
We are a strange lot, comrade.
You are one of us, so that also makes you strange.
Well, that gives me some comfort in some way.
Yeah, there's no I in comrade.
That is correct.
So as soon as Tatanka wraps the pouch in the protective binding, your talisman starts to ease off and it's still pointing towards it, but it's not thrumming as hard as it's not thrumming as it's not thrumming with as much strength as it did when you guys were heading towards
What
this
he's
facility.
trying to say is it's going limp.
Not quite. Just the vibration has gone to a slightly lower setting.
And it's still throbbing for wait.
Oh.
It's just not twitching per se.
This is my whole life tonight, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are able to get this thing under control, and you've learned your lesson that these cursed items that you're pursuing probably shouldn't be touched by unprotected. So you're able to make way with it. Let me roll a little bit here.
Always use protection.
Yep. PSA, guys, you didn't think you were gonna get one in Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but lo and behold. All right, there was only 9 pieces of gold on him.
Total?
Yep, total, and 15 pieces of silver, and let me roll a 1d100. Oof, okay. And 2 20-piece gems total on him. So he had a little bit of loot on him.
Approximately how much of the wrap did we use up?
Not too
Covering
much.
up this
It's
fragment.
since
It was just a fragment, right?
yeah, it was just a fragment of the anvil. Essentially, the fragments you're gonna have are pretty much the size of a baseball, roughly. Maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, since they're in chunks. But your wrappings are basically meant to bound at least one of the weapons, so you still got a decent amount on you. You probably could you can probably wrap another 3 or 4 chunks of the anvil in the wrapping at least.
Oh, I should have referred to my notes. You said 1 weapon or 5 fragments.
Yeah.
Well, if we're done here, should we continue on our way back?
Suppose it's for the best. You know, he wasn't a very nice Knoll.
I've never met a gnoll. Are they usually nice?
It's my experience that everybody's usually nice.
That is not my experience.
Just got to talk to them right.
That's a good outlook.
I'm curious to see this in practice with some situations.
I'm sure at some point I will be happy to oblige.
So we're just so I understand correctly, we're heading back to Taya.
Correct.
Unless
where
I
we're
start
heading
vibrating
anyway.
again, then we'll follow the lead.
That's fine. You know we must pass the vibe checks.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before we just get on with the couple days of traveling?
We should probably figure out who gets the gold, or what's going on with the gold. Are we splitting it up? Or
I don't think I'm worried about it in the slightest.
you are pretty broke.
We should just give it all to August since he's broke. What kind of gems
Why
are
don't
they?
we just put it in a pool and use it to pay for the carriage at the end of the trip?
I'm good with that. We should like sort of set aside a bit of our gold each time we get it for things necessary for the group: carriages, horses, rations, the like.
Perhaps there's someone good at accounting in this group.
Not August.
What? I'm good at lots of things, but not that.
August. You're a walking computer calculator. That's not in character because that doesn't make sense. You're exceptionally intelligent. Why don't you handle it all?
Well, of course. I could do that for you if that is of the will of the party.
I mean, to be fair, I believe you're the least likely to run off with all of our gold. The ones I trust the least, of course, are Belzac and myself.
I can agree with that.
I wouldn't trust me with it.
Yes, but he wouldn't maliciously run away with it. He would just spend it on something frivolous and colorful.
To be honest, I might make like an executive decision with the money, but I wouldn't like take it. If I'm leaving, I'll just leave.
As I said, the one least likely to run off with it is probably Law.
Also the worst liar, so we would know if he was plotting something.
Fair.
I feel personally
I'm actually
attacked
an
right now.
atrocious. You're a literal pirate. Relax.
You're a literal pirate, and I'm fickle.
I'm
If you'd let me
also-
finish what I was going to say, I said I feel personally attacked, but I agree with your assessment.
And I feel like I was just called pointless and colorful.
I said frivolous.
Frivolous and colorful.
I did not say you. I said whatever you purchased would be.
Oh. I still am frivolous and
Totally
colorful,
different.
right?
All right, can you run the
Yeah.
ledger past me then? I see numbers on the screen.
Yeah.
What
So
was
9 gold, 15 silver, and 2 pieces of turquoise worth 10 gold piece each.
just as a thought, it might be worthwhile to make it into a Google Doc and then share it so that if you're not here one day and we need it, we can
Yeah,
access
I'll,
and mess with it.
Yeah, I can actually upload tables into World Anvil, so I'll just put the gem table on there.
I still like access to the Google Doc, though. I can work on that on the side if you want.
you could. That'd be great because I'm not good at that part of stuff.
Yeah, I'll make a Google Doc for it. No big deal. Just put it in Anvil and I'll translate it.
That
You said
works.
15. You said 15 gold and 24 silver stuff.
9 gold, 15 silver, and then 2 pieces of turquoise worth 10 gold piece each.
Do you want stones? Do we want those stones allotted that way, Sal?
I'm just there. For me, gemstones have always been a flair thing for me. So if you guys want to give names, I can. If not, then I will just say 2 gem pieces worth 10 gold each, and you guys can.
There are some spells that like it depends on. So like if it's like diamonds and stuff like that, and I know that I have some spells that like require certain gems, but it's all more expensive stuff typically.
I'm not trouncing on the RP. I mean, we could probably like put it in. It makes the ledger book hilarious, which is fine.
Okay. Yeah.
If I'm being honest, do it however the hell you want, man. You're the dungeon master.
Seconded, yeah.
If you enjoy that, do it, man. If that's your thing, have at it. Like, you're not here just for our enjoyment.
Oh, like I said, I'm just wanting to know if you guys even care about that sort of thing. Because for me, I enjoy it, but like I said, I'm.
Then do it.
Then do it.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Have at it.
Okay. So there's that. Okay. Anything else that you guys need before we just get on with just the 3 nights of rolls before you get into town?
I mean, unless you want more penis jokes, no.
All right. All right, so go ahead and just make me your guys' rolls for the next few nights and heal up if you need to, and then we'll just fast forward over to Tutorial Town and go from there.
Well, first roll for me would be 23.
Okay. All right, so Lore's got a 10 on Arcana. Okay. All right, so you got the magic part down now, Lore. So basically, whatever gets into your machine is now going to be cleaned completely. So it's ready to demo essentially. And then as for Belzac, congratulations, you have learned Liu Kang's flying kick. I will draw up something on D&D Beyond and put it on your character as an additional feat.
Huzzah.
Yes. And then all right, and then Kestrel's just going on with their studies. Anyone else going to be doing anything during the day and nighttime sessions while you guys are on the road?
We are on the road for another 2 days, correct?
Yeah, the rest of today and then tomorrow, then you guys should be hitting Platea pretty much mid-morning.
All right. I just wanted to. I'm trying to keep track of how many days I've been studying. That would make 3 on the road. Okay.
Sorry.
You're good.
Do you need me to roll again, Sal, or just the one time?
No, the one time your product's ready to go. Like I said, you'll just let me know on how you plan on pitching it next session. By the time you get to next session, so that way we can go from there. So, all right, let's go ahead and kick it over back to Tutorial Town, which we haven't been in months. IRL, but in real life or in game time, about 3 weeks, give or take a couple days. Alright, force players to current map. Wait 10 seconds. Alright, I don't know where specifically you guys wanted to go, so I just threw you in front of Hanma's because that's where we kind of left everyone off on the last time around, so.
That's where I need to be anyway.
Yeah, we all need to get to our braces from her, don't we?
Bracers, and then we also need to turn in the... Yeah, anyway.
And I want to talk to her about the whole endorsement thing.
Okay. Alright, well, let's go and get that away. She's like, she points to Corin and she's like, if you're here for the bracers, see my idiot son. He will get you fitted. Corin just kind of whoops his head down and he's like, I deserve it.
You shouldn't. Like, are you okay, Corey? It seems like a toxic relationship.
He shakes his head. He's like, no, I really messed up this last time, and I think it's actually gonna stick. This isn't the first time I've made a bad situation because of a poor judgment. So she's been kinder in the past, and I think I kind of wore that out.
You turn the
Okay.
gas light on in the morning, and then she turns it down at night, and then she tells you that it was down the whole time.
Wait, what?
I understood what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I did
It
too.
came off a little cumbersome.
She's gaslighting you, bruh.
Ow. Okay.
Yeah, just. You can make your own. You're in charge of who you are, I guess. This seems pretty toxic.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
20 total.
All right. So you can tell that the way that, with his inflection and his tone, you can tell that he really has messed things up for her, and it doesn't sound like it's been kind of like an off and on thing. Like, you can tell that he's had a history of doing this, and he's taken the punishment in order to make up some good graces with her. And you can kind of also pick up the fact that she has constantly bailed him out and keeps trying to better him. So you can tell that the relationship isn't toxic, but you could definitely still show the fact that it's still a little harsh, but you get the impression that this might actually work out better for him.
Guys, keep up.
Kind of nods his head. It's like, we'll do.
Okay, well, speaking of which, since we got Corn back, and everything all situated, I believe there was an arrangement.
Her ears perk up. She's like, yes, Lord Balzac. Thank you for getting this all taken care of. I will I will get to work on that custom order for Lore immediately. Should be ready and fitted for him in the morning. Lore, come with me. I'm going to measure you out to make sure that it fits snugly on you.
Oh, well, thank you. Just to be let it known, the rest of my comrades. Did you know there's no I in comrade? Um, Recently, my friends also helped with this, so if there is any sort of deal that you could also do for them, if they need something, I would be greatly appreciative. They were all a part of this.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
What Lore thinks he said, what Lore actually said. Help us.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I did do something good out of all this. Persuasion, is that what you said?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. Uh, Hanma kind of looks at you, and she just smiles, and you can kind of get the impression that she likes how this is turning out for you a little bit, and she's like, "Very well, Lore. You and your companions may purchase my wares for an additional 20% off."
Oh, that is, well, I am very grateful. I hope the rest of them are very grateful as well. We kind of drug them into the whole situation. It seemed that me and Belzak had kind of come to this agreement on our own, but we wanted to make sure they were included. They felt a little put out, so I wanted to make them all feel a little bit better. And I nod to everybody else in the party. But please let me get fitted for this. I am very excited for this addition to my body.
I'm like, as he like smiles at us, I'm gonna kind of like sneakily give him a thumbs up and wink at him.
I wave blankly, not knowing what's going on.
I'm just trying to not make another sex joke with him talking about additions to his body.
Snuggly editions.
Yes.
Wait, who is what?
He's excited about having new additions to his body.
No, I got that. Never mind.
Yes, no, I'm sorry.
Hanma, did, are you able to? Do you have any plate armor?
She looks at you, and she nods her head, and she's like, "Well, yes, thanks to your efforts and your companions, we have all we need to furnish the plate. What are you looking for specifically?"
I wanted a set of plate armor, but I don't think that I have enough to cover it, even with the 20% off.
Uh, yeah, let's take a look at that.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
it's
it's like
500.
I think it's 1500
It's
basically.
Yeah,
G, isn't it?
yeah, it's 1500 for full plate.
Snapsicles.
How do you feel about all the gold I have?
She looks at
There's
you, and she's like, "How much do you have?"
About 790 gold plus
Is
8
that
platinum.
plus 8 platinum? Okay. Wait, isn't that actually pretty close?
Yeah, I was about to say.
If you click on your currency in the thing, like if you can see your total currency in gold pieces at the top.
Oh, it's 10.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's only
8
10.
platinums get burned out 100.
Yeah. She looks at you and she's like, "Well, unfortunately, that is a custom piece that does take time and effort to make. However, if you would like to do something that Lord did, let me know. We might be able to come to an arrangement. I'm not entirely sure where you're heading next, but if you happen to go somewhere that we need additional services, I could discount you down to a full 50% later on."
Is Hanma just an armorer, or does she do weaponry as well?
Oh yeah, she does weapon and armor.
Okay.
Yeah, the full money.
What if I gave you my chainmail as well? It is, um, if you're interested in something that's a little bit more than just. If you're somebody who believes that the whole is more than the sum of its parts, this armor was made in a faraway nation that people rarely visit, and I'll show her my chainmail that has the like design on it, and also just that for what it's worth, I suppose. The like sparkling eyes almost and the stars underneath it.
Okay, so it's got some
This is
artisan.
from my homeland.
She perks her ears up at that and she kind of goes, foreign work. Interesting. It would bring people around to stick around the store. She kind of looks at you. She's like, "Alright, let me do this for you, dear. If you're interested, I will only take. I will leave you with your platinum. I'll take your gold and your ring mail, or your chain mail, and at this point, I will allow you to make payments to me until you get up to where it needs to be or you take a job for me. How about that?"
I would prefer not to be in anybody's debt in case anything were to happen, and I need to, um, and I wasn't able to come back to complete my payment, so I can. When we're going somewhere next, I'll let you.
Agreed. Let me know and I will see if we have a courier that is in need of assistance or have you move something with us.
Would everybody be all right with um completing a small task along with our main stuff?
I smile and wave blankly, not knowing what's going on.
I have no problems with that.
I am very okay with it.
Yeah, I got your back.
So, Alma, speaking of arrangements, how is the advertising going?
Very good, Tatanka. We've been able to. Our business has gone up by 15% since you've allowed us to use you as your favorite blacksmith shop in Platea. People come all over asking for what gear you're using, and my word, axes are flying off the shelves. I can't even keep the local lumberjack supplied anymore.
What I like to hear.
She hands you your first payment. It's like, here's your first payment of your endorsement.
How much is it?
What did we agree on? Was it like
remember. That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay, I think it was 10 gold per month. I think.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, do you have any longbows for sale?
She's like, yes, yes, we do. Are you looking for something of the normal, or are you looking for something a little bit more empowering?
Just something basic. It's been a long time since I've used one, and I just sort of want to get back into the practice.
Yeah, she points you over to the rack where you see a couple of different bows from everything from your short to your composite to your long bows.
I just grab a rather simple designed longbow.
Okay.
How much for just a basic longbow here?
Oh, let me take a look here. That's armor. Bow snot.
And a quiver of arrows.
Simple range as a short bow. Longbow, there we go. Longbow is 50 at your 20% discount.
40.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
45.
No, 20%
Oh,
off.
no.
More-
Wow, I
it'd be like
Yeah.
totally math.
37.
Yeah. I mathed the wrong way.
Yeah, so
As in, I sucked.
so normally if it's 50, but since with the 20% off, it's gonna drop it down to 40. And she'll throw in a quiver for free.
Okay.
Quiver,
40 gold it is. Alright, and just out of character, the bracers that we all got, what exactly were they again?
they're just +1 to your AC. You can basically they just add +1 to your AC, and there's no real requirement or restriction. You just put them on, and you get extra armor. Doesn't involve spell casting or anything like that.
Okay.
Item name for that?
There is not, we'd have to make one.
Yeah, I'll make one and put it in there.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, you said you're making the +1 AC item for us?
Yeah, I'll just put it as like Hanma's bracers and just put
Okay.
+1 AC.
Hanma, I had that deal you offered Lunum. Could I get that deal? I like that.
I'm sorry, which deal are you asking about?
The one for the full plate.
She looks like, of course. You did great work for me now, and I don't see why I couldn't do the same for you.
Then, yes, please.
Okay. So yeah, essentially, she'll get you down to the half price if you end up. So did you want to pay her in installments, or are you looking for doing a job for her?
I can pay 50%, so I'd have to do a job. Like, I can outright pay the 50% and then do a job right now, or I could do payments. Probably be better if I did payments if I could. Like, pay a good chunk of it now and then try and do a job and do payment later. I may be able to pay for it, finish paying for it too. We'll see, but
Okay. Yeah, she's fine with that. She does tell you that you will need to set up an account with Undead King's Financing, and that way, no matter where you are, you can make your payments on time.
is there going to be interest with that?
Not right now. I'll give you a 0% interest, but you miss a payment, and we'll probably invoke the 10% rule.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
And so I will hand her 600 gold. Sound good right now?
Yeah, she'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So if you want, you can go ahead and get you can get fitted since you're on a payment and stuff like that. You can go ahead and get suited up for it. Probably it'll take a full day for it to actually be ready for you, though.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. Any other business with Hanma? Alrighty. As we conclude for the night, there's one last thing then. Essentially, what ends up happening is that Hanma, as she's working on finishing out Lors and Belzak's fittings, she regales you with the tale that since your guys' departure, many people have gone into the temple, and unfortunately, a lot of lives have been lost. And uh, because of that, the city guard has put up new rules for adventurers going down there. Apparently, you need to have a party, and you need to be able to be show some paperwork showing that you're just not random adventurers that are going to get yourselves killed. Apparently, that has put a bit of a damper on the tourists when apparently too many lives are being lost for recklessness. IEI has also been purchasing a lot of real estate in the area, especially near that, and it's pushing a lot of people out of their businesses. Poor Nasir, he's going to be over at the tavern drinking his poor eyes out because of the fact that his entire bazaar area was part of that exchange. He unfortunately lost his court case because I guess money talks, so essentially, next time you guys will deal with him, and we might actually get into the second part of the Thunder Key quest while we're here. So, if there's anything else you guys need to do while you're in town, let me know so we can get that squared away before I send you guys on the main quest line.
I'm planning on working on my prototype for
Okay.
this while I'm in town. I'll have to acquire parts. And then how much is the armor cost? Was it 250?
Yeah.
200.
250.
250. Okay.
You bought half plate, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
She
now that I have a functioning plan for the washing machine, my plan is to start working on the prototype. So let me know what the cost on that would be to gather up those goods, Sal, whenever you had it.
Yeah, sure. Well, we can discuss it and see what we'll need to find a fine price for it. All right. Kestrel, did you have anything?
I was just gonna say she implied, like when she was talking about bows, that she does sell magic or enchanted weapons, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just something for me to keep in mind in the future when we need our inevitable like weapon upgrades if we don't find anything. If we don't go grave robbing or just random murdering and stealing people's magic weapons.
Yeah.
Murder hobo. That's
Yeah. Let's try to avoid that a little bit unless it's absolutely necessary. But all right. But yeah, like I said, everyone good.
I mean
for
that
next...
figuratively, not literally.
Everyone good for next Tuesday then, same time.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Should be.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right. Just put in the chat what you guys need for me to get done flavor wise. I know we talked about trying to get a table going for some stuff, and then I got to finish up running up the weapons. Hanma's bracers need to be put in D&D Beyond, but not entirely sure what else I need to get done. So.
There are probably some spells I'm gonna want to look for.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just put it in the in our Discord. Just go ahead and toss it in the. Go and put in the table questions, and that way we can separate between all the other stuff. So.
It's a list of like all the stuff that I'm eyeing right now, not necessarily all the stuff I need to find immediately.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for everyone who stopped by, and we'll catch you next